to VVH, the Very, Very High Podcast. We're just three adults having fun, learning about cannabis. We live in a recreational state, and this is your time to sit back, relax, and share a laugh with us as we try a new strain each week, play some games, and just try to function while high. It's like hanging with your very, very high besties, T-Biz, Markers, and Marie.
Oh, you hear that, guys? We went on a little vacation.
We did.
We went to Love HIGHland.
Again.
Oh, yeah, one more time before the season's over. Yes, we did the season 7 Love Island USA reunion.
Yeah, I think it was like episode 37.
Yeah,
That's how many.
3005 at least. And yeah, it was
long-awaited,
37.
the long-awaited reunion.
I was so excited. I was like, yes, we're going to see it. And then I was kind of sad.
Kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
NGL. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little boring.
A little boring.
There was like
a little
stuff
boring, but
I wanted them to get in. Yeah, we'll talk about.
We'll talk about the things that they should have talked about.
Yes, at the end,
because it answers that we needed. So later on, we'll talk about like what the fuck happened to this, because it felt so big to me. How do they not revisit this?
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of revisiting, for this episode of Love HIGHland, we are reuniting with an old favorite, an old friend.
We have already.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Usually we start off not high.
Yes.
And Love HIGHland.
Yeah.
We just start off.
We just go straight
there.
In. Which I think
we're
makes
high
it
before we get here.
We're
nice
ready
and fun.
to go.
Yeah. Sometimes when you see somebody you haven't seen in a while, you say what? You're like, speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Yep.
And so that's what we're smoking.
We're smoking Speak of the Devil from Days Off.
Days Off. Little yellow bottle of sunshine.
Bottle of happiness.
Yeah.
Those little pot rockets are so fucking good.
They're so good. And they're strong.
Yeah.
They are.
I'm glad that I stopped at 3. There's a little bit
3
of a
hits.
slower.
Not 3 joints.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Just a
I would
clarification.
be
Not here.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
You know?
Mine might end up floating in the pool, but I'm not going to be here
Hammock,
talking.
maybe?
I'll tell
I'm
you
not
what.
sure.
Yeah.
Ooh,
hammock.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Which you would find on a beach.
Yes. In Fiji.
In Fiji, because we're talking about Love
HIGHland. Oh yeah, remember the reunion?
Yes.
So we waited forever for this thing.
Yes.
We gathered our wits. We got excited. Biz made dinner.
He made delicious taco bowls.
Yeah. And we turned it on. And I don't know. I was excited because Andy was there.
Me too. Yeah.
Ariana
I
looked
was
amazing.
excited for the Andy
as usual.
Ariana.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how that dynamic was going to go, and I didn't hate it.
No, and everyone looked amazing. Like beforehand, they're showing. They're showing everyone kind of entering the stage, and everyone looked great.
Yeah.
I think Alondria won for best dressed, right? Like she was
for sure.
She was top notch.
Yeah.
Her glam was so spot on.
Like her and Nick as a couple.
Yeah,
I liked the cut of his suit.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Are they trying to save money on the wardrobe by not giving the guys shirts?
Yeah,
the
shirts
are
in the budget.
Where would they needed to cut back?
No, like 3 guys did that where they just they had the jacket on.
Just jacket, no shirt.
No shirt.
Which Taylor did on the show, so like I knew it was going to happen from him.
Yeah, I mean, like, God, we're old. We sound old.
Yeah, we do.
We sound old.
We do.
I think everyone looked great. Actually,
They did. Everyone looked fantastic.
really have a lot of complaints.
No complaint. Everybody looked amazing.
Yeah.
No complaints about the intro either. The little intro with Ariana and Andy together was real fun.
Ariana gets out first, does the hair flip, and then Andy gets out and does the hair flip. It was so funny,
was
and
awesome.
it's like, okay, this is going to be good. There's a good vibe. They're working well together.
Yeah.
And I loved that Ariana kicked it off.
Yes.
Ariana did the intro.
Yeah.
Not Andy. And I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kudos to Andy.
Yeah.
Because he's the big dog.
Yeah, he's the OG.
He's the OG reunion guy.
Right.
This is Ariana's show that she
invited
hosts.
there to do it.
Right.
And I think that was a good call.
Yeah.
I
That was
liked
great.
that. And that set a good tone for me.
Right.
Hudda, comes in with, she says, just good, positive vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
People that don't take accountability often do feel great. Anyway.
Try to deflect as much as possible. Yeah.
This is going to really piss me off. I already know it. And then they're all just having a nice time.
Yeah. The show starts off with the final four. They do the intro of the final four. Maya and Brian, right?
Yes.
And they're just giving a little bit of an update on what's going on with their lives.
It was weird, right?
I feel like
it was weird, right?
There was some tension.
There was like weird tension.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
Maya
think they didn't
look
seem
like herself.
Yeah. She seemed like she was just...
What's wrong?
And she was not chatty at all.
No, I wanted
throughout
to
the whole show. I'm like, where's Maya?
And be like, are you okay?
Where's her comments?
Who told you to be quiet?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
So what is the bummer about these things all playing out on social media is that the reunion was taped, 2 weeks ago or something like that? Mm-hmm. And now
we know that they've since found out.
To believe that
that
Amaya and Brian are no longer together and that Iris and Pepe are no longer together. So these conversations were just like, okay.
Yeah. It was just
like,
it was a weird
we could have cut that and added the shit that they should have talked about.
Yeah. Right, exactly. It was a weird, I don't know. I didn't like it. Okay.
And then how Chris was like, I didn't see shit.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing.
The whole lapse of judgment.
They started asking, did they start asking her right away about like the...
Yes. That was almost immediately.
Yeah. The whole thing
about the cheating rumors.
The cheating thing. And they didn't ever say anything about it. I'm like, Amaya, did he cheat or not? Because I was thinking, no, he didn't do it. But then after the behavior last night, I was like, wait, did he cheat?
Yeah.
Well, they said on the show they talked and came to an understanding.
Right.
And
okay, so he did cheat. I'm just going to assume.
I mean,
what the fuck?
Yeah, because his lapse in judgment was pouring shots in the crowd. No, it was not.
That's what he was being talking about. That's what he was being paid to do.
Pouring the shots and then making out with people.
I mean, that's different.
What am I missing?
Yeah. And then that whole other guy, empty shit when Chris was saying
no, shut the fuck up, bro. No, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then Iris and Pepe are like, we want to be exclusive, and she wants to be his girlfriend, and then
now they're not
together apparently. So
if we take it sort of on its face at the moment, when they were talking about it, I thought it was really sweet. Iris was like, I want you to date me. I want you to ask me out on a date and do things and like do something more traditional since they were already kind of together in a slammed together weird way.
And they didn't get to do those things.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of nice. I thought that was a really mature thing to want to do.
Yeah. Iris is so hot.
Dude, she's so pretty.
God damn. The pouty thing.
Yeah.
I like
works
it.
for her.
Yeah, it works for me.
It's like she invented it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's God damn. Anyway, just had to say good shout out there, Iris. So fucking hot. And then they go to Huda and Chris.
Yeah, who aren't sitting together. No, they're sitting apart.
Very clearly they don't like each other. Got it, whatever.
Well, it's not clear. Huda says she's fine.
Oh, okay.
But she's trying to keep it positive.
Like, whatever. She doesn't care.
Unbothered.
But Chris
because we know that she's so easily unbothered.
Yeah, Chris was like immediately, it's weird to be here sitting next to her.
She's like, it's fine. Everything's fine. And he's like, no, it's not. It's weird. Okay. I mean, it probably is.
Kind of is weird.
Probably. But I love how Andy just starts with the woman singing Moon River and how awkward we went to. Every one of us was thinking that.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a weird moment.
What the fuck's going on here?
Why is she singing
Why is she still there? Who sent her in?
Yeah.
Huda says that she doesn't see distances very well, and she thought it was like her sister or something.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of an odd assumption that your sister would be there.
Is she a singer? I mean, I don't know. Marie and I sing all the time.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to expect her to come out on a stage and perform.
I don't know. Though. That would be hilarious. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, I kind of would.
Is that you, Marie?
Yeah. On national television?
I wouldn't think sing so. River,
no, not your range.
But also, like, think about it like this: the producers,
That's right.
the producers had to have briefed them on what was about to happen.
Right?
Don't you think?
I don't know.
I would think.
Like, even though they went and like had dinner on some sort of weird pond island, I'm sure they knew about it.
They carried her to.
But they had to know about it, because otherwise you'd get there and you'd be like, well, what the fuck is this?
What's happening?
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it was set up for a serenade.
I'm sure they were briefed.
Yeah.
I don't see how they wouldn't.
But for her to be like, is that my sister?
And also,
you know that a singer is going to eventually come out. Like, why would those two things?
And also for the way that we have commented on the music that they play, during their moments and stuff. It's always so spot on.
It is.
And then Moon River.
Yeah.
It's like, what'd she say?
Okay.
It was really weird.
You planned that?
Like, why?
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But they didn't touch on Chris refusing to carry her across the water after the tape.
That's one thing that really pissed me off.
It was,
we need to fucking talk about that. Like, that was so awkward.
Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to hearing about it.
I wanted to hear about that.
Yeah. Whatever.
And then they had Nick and Olandria. And of course, people are still like trying to figure out if they buy into it, right? I've seen a few things myself online that keep me thinking that they're trying to have a relationship, that they're trying to be a couple. I feel like they're together, but they just seem like really good friends.
Yeah.
Which is good. In a
I kind of feel like they're going to end up being like best friends.
Yeah.
Or something. Or friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe they get married and they're married for 50 years.
Yeah.
Egg on my face.
Right?
Well, they were talking about maybe taking it sort of slow and talking about future things. They've been taking trips together and doing adventurous
and they have
things.
Future trips planned.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's hopeful.
Yeah.
I feel like, and they've been doing those things together.
I don't have any expectations, right, of these people coming off the show. I don't care if they're
in fact,
how
I don't
they
expect
define
for
their
them to stay
relationship
together. I mean, the way it all goes down.
Yeah, they went through this
too fast.
weird thing.
Yeah.
So if they come out and they're like, we're taking our time, I'm like, good for you.
Good, I think.
Good
you
idea. You don't really know
this
each
is
other.
Not Love Is Mine, where you have to get fucking married at the end. God.
Take a moment.
What, you just
take a moment.
Let it breathe.
But I've been enjoying their content online together.
Yeah. Yes.
As a couple, more than anybody else's. Although Peppa and Iris's was cute.
They're both hot.
Yeah. So
it doesn't seem like they're trying to push it too hard. They're like, we're together, we're doing this thing. You know what I mean? They're not out there.
They're not out there trying to say, I'm in love.
Yeah.
We're going to get married tomorrow.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad that you're dating.
So it seems like it's responsible in the situation that they were in.
Bravo.
Good job.
Okay. Love to see it.
Right.
But they did talk about that neither of them have spoken to Sierra. That's interesting.
That makes sense.
But he did explain, I guess I really understood what he was saying, that we could have had a private conversation.
Right.
But then you started to post these videos.
Yeah.
And it's like,
with these weird assumptions.
You also aren't who you thought I were. So.
Yeah. Like I was
no
dealing
need
with
to
the
have a
fact that
conversation.
I've just heard what happened.
Yeah.
And I really liked you.
Yeah.
So
and we
again, give me a moment. Yeah.
And you were saying, how much you loved everyone, and they all loved you too.
Yeah.
Until you started saying shit.
Yeah,
which is fair. And then Andy asks if the journey was worth the wait. It's a very Andy question to ask.
It is.
And then she said with a big old smile that it was. So I don't know that you can fake that face that she made.
Yeah. I might agree with that.
Absolutely.
So then we finally get to see the big man himself. Ace and Shelley.
Ace and
Shelley and
Clark
Nick,
and Taylor.
Yeah. Nick, Clark and Taylor join us. And we haven't seen them in a minute.
Yes.
And Clark looks amazing. She Clarked it.
She said, I'm channeling queen energy.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
All right.
She looks gorgeous.
Shelley looked amazing.
Stunning.
Put a crown on that queen.
Fringy number. Yeah.
I loved her hair, the wavy.
Everything.
It was she looked gorgeous,
She looked
like
hot.
a beach wave.
And she came out with Ace.
Yes.
Who, he's not a bad looking guy.
No.
It's just something about his attitude that bothers me. And I like a short guy,
A short king.
I don't mind it at all.
I feel like I can understand where he's coming from.
Sure.
I feel like it's two things are true. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people tend to make me a ringleader in situations where I'm not necessarily, I don't want to, I don't have to.
But someone's got to be, right?
Someone,
And then it's just easier to blame it on that person and everything everything goes down.
Yeah.
But I think Ace did it out of genuinely, like, I think he wanted people to like be good with one another.
Yeah,
And that's why
exactly.
he was like always trying to ask questions and
Yeah.
like, maybe get an idea of their playing. I don't think that's you're on a game still, people.
Yeah, and I'm
you
sure
know?
his producer
So,
was
like,
trying to tell him, "Hey, get people to talk."
Yeah. Try to get someone to say something,
Yeah,
for goodness
go
sake,
chat
you know?
people up.
And he was good at it. And I think people just followed him. And it's, you know.
I think there's a couple of things going on there for me. I think he may not feel like the word ringleader really fits what his persona is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like maybe he's sort of offended by that a little bit, that term.
Yeah.
But Ace is normally in a position when in his normal life where he's a dance instructor.
Yeah.
And he's instructing a room.
Yeah.
So he is kind of a leader
He's
in
good
that
at
way.
projecting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good
Yeah.
at like getting people together and doing things. So it could be construed.
Like when he was organizing the dates and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the same time, the other part of that is like Nick and Ace and Taylor, they were the three amigos or the three stooges or whatever they ended up calling themselves.
Those
And
sledges.
I feel like they were driving the narrative a lot about who gets to stay and who they like and all that. So I feel like there could be some sort of semantic way of saying he's a ringleader, but I know he doesn't like that,
Yeah.
that term. You know.
we'll get there. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but I just feel like he.
Sorry.
Taylor and talked about how he was torn up between the decision between Clark and Alandria.
Oh, yeah.
And Alandria, she said that she was upset because she thought he was respecting her need to go slow. And then she found out, you know, when she was watching the show back, that it was because he wasn't attracted to her.
Yeah.
And she was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, just
Yeah.
fucking tell me that.
That was
Don't,
upsetting.
Like, and so he got that and he apologized. That's lovely. And then he said, "You still my dog." And she was like, what? Like the perfect meme face that she made.
Yeah.
And
Why
then-
did he say that? I know he
don't
felt so
know.
he's going to think about that for a long time.
And
That's
then
very
Shelley and Ace
Yeah.
cleared up their whole, you know, everyone's conspiracy theories about
Yeah.
them
When
having
they
known
met.
each other and all that stuff. And then they said they met one time in New York City, and then they followed each other on social media, and was the extent.
I did see several things that he commented on her Instagram over the years or whatever. He says he does it for everyone.
Yeah.
So I didn't look into it.
I didn't-
I'm gonna be
I didn't
honest.
dig.
Didn't really.
Didn't dig deep on this one, but you know what? I don't fucking care.
It's a big world.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these
Right.
people
There's
know each other,
800
know of each other already.
800 million dating shows.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
all gonna meet
Yeah.
each
For
other.
Sure.
You're all the same pool of folks.
Yeah.
So then after that happened, they decided it was time to add a whole bunch of people to the stage.
Oh my gosh. It was
And-
not
Yeah. It
pleasant.
was Casa Amor plus the other guys
Yeah.
that have ended up coming
Honestly,
back into the villa.
I don't know why they needed to include
Yeah.
all these people.
No.
Yeah.
I want to
They
hear
could
about
have
other
been
things.
on.
Yeah.
They could have been on like
Like a Brady
go
Bunch
to-
Zoom.
yes,
you know.
a Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
Check in
the
with them real
extras
quick.
feature on a DVD.
Yeah.
Like the more, the after
About
show.
a behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
Because honest to God, I looked over and I was like, who is that?
What's that guy's
Who
name?
is what are those two?
Yeah.
And then you're like, that's Vanna and that's Grayson. And I was like, fuck.
Oh, damn.
I was never going to remember
Yeah.
Grayson. I feel bad saying that. But
Yeah.
also, it was not a long episode arc for her.
Remember you.
Also, why the fuck was Zach C there? That's one guy they could have
Why
saved.
Why was he
did
there?
not
An
need
airline
Why was
ticket.
JD
Yeah.
there? He said
Right.
nothing
Exactly.
the entire time.
Because he had no.
I don't
nothing.
understand why they were
Because
there.
was he the one that was dating Sierra, or was he trying to date Sierra?
Yeah.
He was trying to date Huda too.
Oh.
in the
Oh yeah, it was
beginning.
Huda originally.
Oh,
They-
and then
Yeah, they got away from one another almost immediately.
yeah, and then Elon
Yeah.
was there for Sierra.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
also, why was he there with his
What was
one
that curl? I don't know. We
We didn't need the
Yes.
cutaway shots of
We
these
didn't
guys.
need
it
it.
was taking up the time.
I think from this group that came in, we had Elan, Austin, TJ, Andreina, Jaden, Grayson, Coco, Zach C, Zach K, Hannah, Grayson, and that was it. I really, Austin and
Hannah. Really, all
That's
we
what
need
we
to see
needed.
from there.
Yeah.
And maybe Jaden, because Jaden was with Austin when they both left the.
Oh yeah,
the
we did
villa.
get to hear a good story about that.
Yeah.
The
But
whole-
I don't
an
care.
unsurprising one.
Yeah.
Like we all
Who
knew
thought
this was
that
going to
was
happen.
gonna
No
work
one.
out?
Yeah. Austin was
It's
not
Austin. It's like
Though
seriously.
he was there
Yeah.
for too long. He was not some substantial
Right.
character.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than the occasional like
he
Relief.
did
relief
provide
we
some
got.
comedic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think last night he was trying too hard or something because
Yeah.
he was falling flat. Because they
was.
started off like asking him about his high body count.
Right.
Yeah.
I forget what ridiculously stupid number he gave them.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been working on subtracting him.
Yeah.
And then Andy's like, what?
What?
And he's like, just forgetting about him. And I was like, okay. We don't need to hear much more out of you, fella.
Yeah. He wasn't.
And
making
then
sense.
they went immediately to Coco and her saying
Oh, yeah.
that Alondria was standoffish. What are you talking about?
Alondria
she just got
she explained
dumped
herself-
from the island.
Yeah.
And then she had to come back dating somebody else in front of the guy that she really liked.
Right.
For only condition to come back on the show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like, and then she had to see him with someone else.
Yeah.
And that was all very
and all
sad
of her
and
very
hard for
good
her.
girlfriends were at the other
Yes,
house.
and all of her friends were elsewhere.
Yeah.
And she
I mean,
and she had to
of course
watch
she's gonna be
these
a little
girls dating her
standoffish.
friends' men, and
that's
that
what
was hard
she-
for her.
and that's what
I
she
feel like
said.
that's understandable.
And that's what she said, and she explained herself very clearly.
And then
so
Coco
if
was
you
like,
thought
"Yeah,
it
no,
was,
I get it." And then Alandra's like, "So don't go on a podcast and say that."
yeah. Well, but that's not how she meant
Yeah.
it.
Right. Apparently, that's not how she meant it. But I mean, we're saying that a lot of these folks are trying to stay relevant. You know?
Yeah, they all needed their 15 minutes of fame because she tried.
Vanna went and called Shelley. Was it Shelley?
Yes,
Standoffish.
Yes.
On another podcast.
on the Vile Files.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
And then-
she was on Vile Files.
Yeah. So Vanna tried to explain it away.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same manner. And I'm just like, you guys, that is not what you were doing. You were
No.
trying to give salacious clickbait information.
Right.
And then you see them in person and you're like, no, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sure. And then Alondria did bring up at this point how Huda also played into the bully narrative. And then Andy's like, oh, we're going to get there.
We're going to get there.
Hold off. That gets its own segment. We're not going there yet. Which I get.
Zach K joined from.
Oh, yeah. He
Oh
had
my
to join
God.
remotely. Yeah. What an idiot.
I don't know.
That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you know,
what
the whole
my
thing,
notes. I
it
was
was
sassy when I wrote them.
it was very clear to America and Amaya after the show was over that he only started talking to her again because America liked her.
Yes.
Yeah. You
And then
know-
he was like strategizing about
Of
it.
course. And again, it is a game, you know, but just come out and say that.
And then Amaya
Of
told him
course.
exactly that. And then he's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, great.
Okay.
I'm glad you came.
I'm glad you came and offered up some insight.
Great. Who framed up your shot also? Why do we have to see you sitting on a couch full body?
No. It's too many people.
And then they just were talking about Brian and Zach and how Brian was saying that Zach was doing it for the money. So
Oh, yeah.
it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody there is doing it for the money.
Yeah, I mean, we're all
But I
kind of
mean,
there for the money,
you know.
But I think he was
Yeah.
trying to say he only started talking to Amaya.
Yeah.
And that was very clear. So,
Yeah.
okay,
We
moving
didn't
on.
need- yeah.
And then, shocker, Austin and Jaden are no longer together.
Oh, no.
And
How
then
did that
when they asked
happen?
Jaden, she's like, Austin can take that one.
Yeah. But then he couldn't. Like,
Then
he
he's like
literally could not
zoned out 8
explain.
times.
He was like, oh, yeah, I got that DM, but I don't think I read it.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I replied.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know what transpired.
Yeah. So Jaden was
So-
basically saying that she didn't care if he was dating around. She just wanted to know about it.
Yeah, and he was trying to use the old, I just didn't answer you, so
Yeah.
it wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
I never said
I
anything.
didn't think I needed to tell you about
Yeah.
every date. And she's like, yeah, but I asked you to.
Oh. And then she's like, you said you wanted to take me on a yacht and all this stuff. And then he's like, I still do. And then she's like, that ship has sailed on a yacht that you were supposed to take me on or something like that. It was so funny.
It's a good one.
Like, yes, girl.
For sure. All right. Well, this might be a good time to take a little bit of a break, go back out to the Lanai,
Yes.
maybe re-up a little bit because a lot more.
Use the boost.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
We're going to talk about the Stand on Business Challenge.
Stand on business.
And some unseen footage.
Oh.
Coming up next on Love HIGHland Reunion edition of VVH. All right, break's over. Welcome back. Man, you guys, I love that weed.
It was so good.
It was a good choice. It was a good choice. So we could talk about this Love HIGHland reunion.
Season 7.
Man.
It was more boring than it needed to be.
It was.
That was really sad.
I was really sad
There was
about
many
it.
times where I just was like looking around the room at you guys like,
hello.
am I just like in a mood?
Yeah. And like I kept kind of nodding off.
Yeah.
And then I would wake up and not feel like I missed anything. Yeah. Anyway. Unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, now Peppa is being asked.
They've cleared the stage, have they not?
I don't remember. I didn't write that down.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I think everybody was. You're right. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No.
Anyway, it was hard because there were so many of them.
Yeah.
You couldn't get like clear shots of
Yeah.
people.
Right.
People
Yeah.
kept having to bend,
Yeah.
Move over.
It was a very ambitious thought to
It
have
was.
all of them out there at
Yeah.
one time. That anxiety aside, Pepe's asked how he felt when he learned that Huda was the one that wrote the question in the Stand on Business Challenge.
Yeah.
About him, why is he with Grayson if he doesn't like her, kind of thing. And no one admitted to it. And then later on, Huda told Chris while they were in bed
that it
and
was
then
her.
that's how Peppa found out. So he, was like pretty pissed about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even Amaya was like, whoever wrote that is a pussy.
Yeah.
Or is a bitch.
Yeah. And then she was explaining it away.
Yeah.
Just, it's a thing that happened.
Yeah, just not answering the
does not
question
care
or addressing
about-
it.
Like, okay. Whoa.
No accountability.
Everybody thought that was a terrible thing
Yeah.
to do. And you were just like, no, I didn't. Okay. No.
I said it. It was awesome.
I really I don't think Peppa did anything wrong with Grayson. I
don't think so either because Grayson
He
was really
was-
putting a lot on him for her journey.
Exactly.
I'm
He
like,
was trying.
If you wanted
And
to
then
talk to other people,
Go
talk to other people.
Peppa was not trying to stop you.
No.
I didn't see her trying
She wasn't
to
even
talk
trying.
to anybody else.
No.
And it might have been just
She
like
was all
very
matched, like, I would
overwhelming.
have talked to other people. Who?
Go ahead.
Who would you have talked to?
Like, I don't
do you mean?
understand. I think Peppa
Why are
really,
you still so mad
And
about
then-
it? Also, it was like
and then-
2 days or something.
Yeah, and then he was like totally honest with her. He was like, I don't
feel it.
Okay, so maybe he could have done it 12 hours earlier, but that was like, come on, dude. Like he didn't do anything like
This was
wrong.
not a year later.
He tried. Yeah.
Like he wasn't leading you on for years.
Yeah.
It was a couple days, maybe.
Maybe.
Max.
36 hours, probably.
The longest. So anyway, she's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
She's able to squash it. And then Andy asked Ace how it was to see Shelly with Chris, after on Casa. He's like, obviously it was hard, but it made them stronger. They
Yeah.
both agreed. And then Coco, of course, pipes up. She's still trying. She said she wishes Ace would have been more upfront with her. I think he was, though.
It was very clear
Yeah. We all knew what was going on there.
that Ace was interested in Shelly.
Yeah. Like way more than interested. But okay. Still stay mad at it. I guess.
I know.
Whatever. And then Andy asks Huda about the whole bringing Chris back thing. Because that was the whole controversy between her and Shelly.
And I'll have to admit, just up front, I did not follow this. This whole thing went way around my head.
Right.
I was like, I couldn't even catch up last night. I was like,
What is happening?
what is happening? Yeah. So I don't know anything about whatever this is because it just I got confused by it immediately.
Well, basically, coulda.
High or not high?
Like so womany, and that you were like, "What is happening?"
And honestly, I'll be the first one to say that I'm not so much a Huda fan. She did not lie. They replayed that entire video.
Well,
like Huda said what she said, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm going to bring Chris back because I'm interested in him. You're interested in him. And this way we can both,
but I do think
talk to him.
I do think in Shelley's defense, though, that she was really selling it to her.
Yeah, she was.
As if it was something for her.
Yeah, and Shelley looked uncomfortable
and Shelley
in that
was
conversation.
And
I
she
think
wasn't able to, I think, verbalize what the fuck.
Yeah, how she was feeling about it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Huda just kind of rolled with it, you know, and she was going to believe what she was going to believe.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I get that. I think that Huda,
she wasn't reading Shelley's face.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she was clear.
Yeah.
But I also think Shelley took it, and I can see how she took it, the way that she took it. But they're never going to agree on that.
You know.
And they clearly don't like each other.
Yeah. It was very clear.
But then that's when they rolled the unseen footage, and you saw the whole conversation, and it was like, okay, well, they both were saying what they said they said.
Yeah.
Basically. Right. So good confirmation there. I think that everyone was trying to portray it as a misunderstanding, or Huda was trying to say that. But Shelley was like, there was no misunderstanding.
Like,
this is what happened.
You brought it back for me.
Yeah. And for you to pretend like that's not what happened is what's pissing me off.
Yeah.
And she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's pissing everybody off.
Yeah. It's
Outside
really
the villa.
weird. And I don't know. I just want her to be like, clearly I messed up. Clearly I didn't do things the way I should have done them. Anyway, okay. That's where there's the whole thing with Huda at the end. Okay.
And then Hannah and Charlie join. And Charlie's still mad about being voted off.
He's still very upset, but does he not look better now? He looks
does.
better now. Little glow up for Charlie.
Little glow up. Get over it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get it. It's just,
It's
you guys are together for 2
upsetting.
days or something.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand that he was like all upset, very, after the first week after being out of the villa because he had to see her with Pepe. Okay, bro. But then he also was like, I'm not going to hold her to like,
Okay, then stop
then shut
being
up.
so
Why are
mad
you
about
so
it.
mad?
He is very bitter.
Yeah.
But he's just very mad about being voted off.
Yeah.
So, okay.
There was a whole thing, and we
Got
saw
his feelings hurt
all
real
of
bad.
the behind the scenes for that vote and what everybody talked about,
Like, okay, enough of that.
He's off.
Oh, and then I wanted to see the Hannah thing because that was very controversial. Everyone was split on that one. As far as the viewers, a lot of people were upset about it, and a lot of people felt like, was that the time that Amaya should have gone home?
It was Iris, Hannah, and Amaya.
Huda. No, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Iris, Hannah, Amaya. Yes, because Huda was in the deliberation. Hello.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
But that was interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because in the Stand On Business Challenge, everyone was really coming for the girls about Hannah. Like the dudes were going really hard.
Yeah.
And then they showed the whole thing and it was very emotional.
Yeah.
Like they were having a really difficult time.
Yeah.
Everyone was crying. And then Hannah felt good seeing it. So, like it made her emotional, but she understood where they were coming from. And she knew that someone had to go home. And she was actually very mature and
Well, she was, but listening to their reasons, I was like, okay, so Hannah's going to get voted off because she's instantly attracted, or she finds something good in someone and dates them right away.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? You know what I
That's
mean?
what you're supposed to
you're
do.
mad at that? The
Right.
it
point
was
is
the
to
Jeremiah.
find-
It was she was the Jeremiah of the
But
girls.
Shelley did that with Ace immediately.
Exactly.
Because you
Taylor did that with Alondria and then Clark immediately and did not date anybody else. And it's
So-
like, why are you making a big deal about this?
Why not? Why is that a deciding factor?
I don't. It was very
Yeah,
strange.
it was Which, yeah, I didn't like that.
But I think it all, worked out.
Obviously.
I did enjoy seeing that unseen footage. And then Belle-A.
Beldasha joins us.
And Jeremiah join.
And Jeremiah is so cute.
He is so cute. He had no shirt on as well.
No shirt on.
And that's fine.
Well, I was going to say, thank the Lord for that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremiah. In your white suit. No, he looked good.
He did. He looked great.
And Beldasha got to fully explain the origins of her name.
But did she give herself that name?
She shortened it on her own. I think that's what she said. Yeah.
So she went to Bella.
Right.
And she just went with the dash.
Yeah.
She kept the dash in there.
Okay.
Beldasha.
You know what? That's good for you. Beldasha. And then she's talk about how, I love Huda. We're so tight forever. And then she's like, but I haven't seen her since what?
Yeah.
We're so close, but I haven't seen her.
Come on.
It's weird.
It's an odd thing to say.
That was weird. And then Andy asks Huda about Pancake Gate as soon as Jeremiah joins.
Yeah, yes.
He immediately goes to Pancake.
You're like, whoa. I mean, that's what we all want to know.
Yeah.
Andy asked if she overreacted. Of course, she said no.
Yeah, no.
She says that uncooked pancakes are gross.
Yeah, and they are.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah.
But then she says, but she recognizes his effort. And then he's like rolling his eyes.
Right.
And she says that she can only learn from her mistakes. And again, nothing like, I'm sorry I had that reaction toward you.
Yeah.
Right.
And I made it so fucking awkward for everybody sitting here.
Right.
That's what I was like.
Yeah.
I know she can do it. I know she can do it. She did not.
Maybe in another 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah, these people are so young.
They
Right.
are.
I think Beldasha is just barely 21. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're so young, and this is like so embarrassing.
But I think during the whole Pancake Gate talk, Jeremiah defended himself. He was like, well, the pancake was undercooked, but you came down and made a big deal about Taylor making you this and Taylor doing that. She was trying to throw it in his face, and he kind of picked up on it, he said.
And then she's like,
Yeah.
but you made me an undercooked pancake. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she just is, that's all she sees.
That stupid pancake kept coming up in all the episodes.
All the episodes.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We did not get enough of the pancake discussion
did
because
not.
it came up again.
Yeah.
With
One
Chris.
more time.
Right, right.
We had another pancake situation, and I feel like that was an oversight.
For sure.
An oversight with the reunion. And then when Jeremiah was explaining, because so he was also defending himself, saying he was not love bombing.
He's adamant about it. Yeah.
And you are the one that said, we talked about how we would be responsible and then date. And then if that works out, eventually, but like taking it slow on the outside and eventually moving in together or whatever, like that's how he could see it moving.
Yeah.
And then she immediately goes and tells the girls he wants to move in with her.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck? That's not what I fucking
not
said.
what I said.
You know, so I get that everyone thinks that he was love bombing, but first of all, that like they're not using it as like the right definition. He's just like, I liked her. We got along. And, I was just being nice. I wasn't doing grand gestures. I wasn't doing, and then you say I'm love bombing you, but then you told me I needed to do more.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the thing
Yes.
was.
It wasn't doing enough.
And I'm like, that's true.
And the
That
other
came
part
up
of
a lot as well.
It was very confusing.
But I feel like her taking that conversation and telling the girls, oh, he says he wants to move in with me. That's another way of telling everyone else to back off.
Yeah.
Like
Her
she
manipulating.
she's manipulating the situation in that way.
Yeah.
Like she's.
Well, what she's doing is being disingenuous. Like she's not telling the truth
No.
to the girls, and so they're forming their own opinions about Jeremiah.
Right.
And then she's doing that on purpose, but like doesn't admit it. Like we can see it, especially if you watch it back.
We all know
We can
what's
see
going on.
because even when they showed her like listening in on the boys' conversation and all this thing, and she went back to tell the girls, and it was nothing of what they said.
Yeah.
It was like nothing.
And then she tell one of the bombshells that they were exclusive?
Yeah.
And they were not. It was Iris.
She was
Yeah, it was
trying to
Iris.
tell
Iris told Jeremiah
Mm-hmm.
smartly.
Yeah.
So then when Jeremiah is explaining that, he's like, you understand that, Ace? Because Ace was also saying that he was love bombing and stuff. And he's like, you understand that that's not what I was doing?
Yeah.
And so that was an interesting conversation. I think they both agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
key. And then Austin they ask him a question. He's like, what? I just zoned out.
Yeah, dude.
Why are you there then?
Was it Andy who asked him if he was loading?
Yes.
An error.
Yeah. Error message. The fuck?
Why was he there?
But then they have the Ace versus Austin unseen footage of Jeremiah versus Austin votes.
Yeah.
Austin and Ace are just at each other's throats. And it started with the love triangle.
Yeah.
That they didn't talk about.
Right.
Yes.
Anyway, so like everyone is asking what is the beef between these two when they're watching them. They're like, what is the beef?
Yeah.
And they just never get into it.
Yeah.
How do we not get into that?
Right. Huge miss.
I thought it was a really big miss.
Yeah.
But then they showed the whole deliberation of when they sent Jeremiah home, because there was a lot of talk about Ace being the ringleader and him being the one that, was telling everybody to do it. So everyone voted for him. And Nick was always saying, I did not. I voted for him to stay. I voted for Austin to go home. And so he kind of got to clear his name because they showed the whole deliberation. Taylor was very vocal about sending Jeremiah home.
Yeah.
Again, he was doing the same thing.
He was doing the same thing.
He was
I
not
understand
dating
why.
anybody else.
He was
so
not
like neither was
exploring.
Ace.
Yeah.
Ace explored a little more than those two did.
Yeah.
But like you're doing the same thing, bro. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? But it was them two that really were leading that charge, and
no,
it was like
Austin should have been gone.
Yeah, it should have been Austin.
Yeah.
And Ace said I was wrong. It should have been Austin.
Yeah. And I think Jeremiah, there was a little bit of a look of surprise on his face.
Jeremiah was like, oh.
Well, the thing
he wasn't
is,
expecting that.
yeah, the thing is like I feel like the decision was based on who was a bigger threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To them,
For sure.
Jeremiah
Yeah,
was
I
a
agree
bigger
with
threat.
you. Yeah.
And Austin was no threat to them.
Yeah.
No.
and
No,
what they
Jeremiah
had
was the
going on.
hottest person there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why not get rid of
Get rid of that dude.
Yeah.
Get rid of the competition.
Things get much easier for you. Yeah. I really do feel like that's how it really went down.
Yeah, because any bombshell that comes in is going to go for Jeremiah.
Yeah. Exactly. If he's free, that's where they're going.
Yeah,
That's-
even if he's not.
Even if
That's
he's
some-
not, they're going to
Yes.
I'm a bombshell going in there.
That's some-
I'm
Jeremiah.
going, I'm darting over there.
Right there. Zoom.
My choice, you say?
Yeah.
moth to a
Exactly.
flame, man. That's
Exactly.
of course.
And then we talked about how the whole ringleader thing came up, and Ace reminds Austin that he did call him a ringleader. Like, I guess he literally said that, because Austin's like, I've never said that. He's like, no, you literally said that on like a live or something, or a podcast or whatever.
No, he said it on the
he
show.
said on the show.
Yeah, he
he's-
called him.
Yeah.
He was talking to Jeremiah, and he was like, they're all over there with their little ringleader.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He did. He said little before it too.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Lil, that's right. The
Lil.
whole thing. Anyway, but they talked about how, the whole controversy about it.
Yeah.
And how it was very controversial that Jeremiah went home and that it was them that sent him home for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, then they revealed, Andy and Ariana revealed that they did, we did a lot of polling this season.
on the
Yes.
app.
We viewers were busy on the app doing the polls. And I guess apparently both Jeremiah and Hannah were technically at the bottom of their polls.
Yeah.
So it
They
really
kind of
wasn't the wrong decision,
Yeah. Right.
because America would have voted that way anyway,
Yeah.
apparently. And they were like,
No,
oh,
Austin should've gone.
shit. So everyone kind of felt vindicated.
A little
I
bit
think.
better about it.
Everyone felt a little better. I don't know if the internet feels better.
Yeah.
Right.
Austin should have done it.
And then Ace and Amaya get into it a little bit, saying that she doesn't stand for bullying, but then she bullies him on social media. And I'm like, okay, I missed that one.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but
She did some video, I think, with Call Her Daddy.
Oh, got you.
And then I don't remember what it was, though.
But I listened to that, and she was just talking she was basically standing up for Ace on the podcast because they were like, is he really 5 whatever?
Oh, yeah.
And then she was like, no, he's taller than that. And was like trying to get it to like 5'6" or something. And I don't know. She didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah.
But of course they clipped it or whatever. And then she didn't have control over that. It's not her podcast.
And she said her team tried to get him to take it down.
Yeah. Apparently, I think Ace just wanted that public.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Like, even though they already handled it,
Yeah.
it had to be said publicly for whatever reason.
Put it on the record.
I mean,
Well, because he was saying that people were apologizing to him behind the scenes.
yeah.
Right.
But not publicly.
Oh, not publicly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then kind of carrying the narrative of the whole ringleader bullshit.
Yeah.
And so that's what he was pissed about.
Yeah.
And the thing that kind of pissed me off is that no one said anything.
Like, no one backed him up after he said that.
And I'm like, even with the dudes, like, do you even know what a big fucking pussy you look like?
yeah.
You just
can't
follow.
stick
You
up
want
for-
you want people to believe that you're following a ringleader.
Yeah. Like, they could have just said he just kind of took a leader role, but not on purpose.
Yeah.
He's just a natural leader.
Yeah.
He's just mad at the term ringleader.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah,
want to
for
be
sure.
held responsible for all of that.
Exactly. Yeah. That has some sort of connotation to him that he doesn't like. He could be leading the group. I really felt like he and Taylor and Nick were just driving a lot of what was happening with who was getting to go home and who was kind of safe. You know, they never really messed with Pepe
But
very
I don't
much.
feel like they were bullying or bulldozing people to vote in their favor necessarily. I mean, they were stating their opinions.
Yeah, they were
I
just
guess,
vocal
but
about
like,
it.
I don't know if other people aren't going to have opinions or speak up. What do you do?
Yeah. You know, like Nick's not going to
The
fight.
producers are waiting for an answer.
Yeah, Nick's not going to fight against. He's going to say his opinion, and if the other two guys are against him, he's not going to put up a fight.
Yeah.
You know, he's just going to let the other two.
Well,
guys
that's what
have
he
their-
said on that one. He said there's the majority.
Majority ruled.
Yeah. He didn't change his vote. He just
That was
got
another good
outvoted.
unseen footage.
That was a good unseen.
Yeah. The
Nick
two
was right about that one.
deliberations,
Yeah.
I liked those.
Yeah. Nick was right about that one.
But there is some, I feel like they just are missing a lot of things.
Yeah.
That I'm sure we'll get into that coming up.
Yeah, because we definitely need to go back outside, I think, and
One
Yes.
more round.
speak of the devil from Days Off. 1 or 2 more hits, maybe. I'm feeling like I'm coming down just a little bit. How you guys feeling?
Yeah,
I could use some
I
more.
could use some more. Let's go out to the lanai in our grass skirt. Do some hula.
Yes, and celebrate this episode of Love
HIGHland. Beep, 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 beep.
Ooh. I feel like I'm on an island right now. I am really super high right at this very second.
Me too.
Me too. Me 3.
Yeah, thank you
I just want to
very
hang out and joke around with you guys.
Joke around.
Let's joke around.
Joke around.
Joke around.
What do we like tell knock knock jokes? or
High
something?
five.
What's the latest joke you've heard? You know?
Knock,
I don't
knock.
know. Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
I am not a play.
Say that?
Markers. Oh my
I
God.
can't believe that worked.
Dude, I'm so high.
Amazing.
That was my high check. Europe who? Europe who? I didn't even know. I didn't
even
put
get it.
2
You
and
didn't.
poo together.
Oh, good. Anyways,
This
we're going to
is,
talk about
our VPH is a very, very high podcast. This is our recap of the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion. Thank you so much for joining us. And my gosh, what we're smoking is in honor of the reunion.
Yes.
It's called Speak of the Devil.
Well,
Speak of it.
speak of the devil.
Speak of the Devil.
Yes. Yes. It's from Days Off. One of our favorites.
Yeah.
A little jar of happiness.
What are these little short fuckers called? What do you call them?
They're called pot rockets.
Pot rockets.
Yeah.
Yes.
These little short, delightful fuckers.
Little short fuckers. Dude, they're short but mighty.
Yeah,
these
they are.
things.
They're great.
I enjoy them. Anyway,
Yeah, so-
I guess I enjoyed the reunion last night.
I mean,
it was
parts
not,
of it.
you know, it could have been better. Anyway,
been better.
when they did a return from a break, they were all kind of like taking selfies and stuff like that. And it was very clearly Huda separated and Amaya separated from
everybody else.
everyone else, and
Yeah.
Alondria and Shelly and Ace and everyone. And I'm like, there's a lot of tension out there, man. So when they come back, and then now it's Huda's turn, and they show a whole montage of her journey and her crash out and all the things. And while they're showing it, she's laughing and
Enjoying.
I'm like, okay, here we go. And so Andy asked her how she feels there. Andy says, see, you're laughing and whatever. And she said she finds it funny because she's done so much self-reflection.
She can look back and laugh.
Andy says, so you did a month of self-reflection and now you're good.
Now you're a new person.
Which is
so fucking funny. It was so Andy. Whoa. I'm like, if none of y'all watched the Housewives reunion before this, you did yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
This man will ask you a question you will not fucking think anyone will ask you.
Yeah.
And
it was wonderful.
He did. Yeah.
That was awesome.
At least. And so, of course, she talks about how it was a pressure cooker and blah, 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 blah. Andy said, I watched it. What was the bullying that he missed?
Yeah.
I love the way he phrased that. That was great.
I'm like, I didn't see it. So then she goes on to explain that she didn't feel bullied until she watched.
Until afterwards. Yeah.
Until afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, what happened is she leaves the villa thinking one thing. She lived it, whatever.
Right.
And then she gets out and all of her fans, and she has a lot of them. They put together these entire clips of everyone being mean to her. And I think that those were the things that she saw first. And I think she was like, oh man, well, when you put it that way.
But they weren't being mean to her.
That's
either.
what it felt like.
That, the way they edited things and
that was her thing. That's what she said happened. But
you can't say that you felt bullied. You cannot go on a podcast as big as Call Her Daddy and say things like you were being bullied.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're insinuating.
Yeah.
Come on.
And not name names.
Exactly.
And not name names.
Right.
And that's what they said. It was dangerous for
and
her to do that.
everyone jumped to conclusions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And have been relentlessly bullying Olandria and Shelly, saying that they were the bullies. And that's not even what happened.
Right.
And so apparently they get out of the villa. They all go stay at an Airbnb together.
Yeah.
Like the top whatever couples. And everything's fine.
Yeah.
Huda's like, I can't wait for you to meet my daughter. All the things. And they're like blissful and everything's fantastic. And then she goes and does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
then
shit was rough.
they asked her to please make a post on her social media and tell her fans to stop
Yes.
going after them. And she said she would.
Yes.
And
but then she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She didn't do it.
Come on.
She got busy.
She was busy. And she was also being bullied. Like these two, nobody from this show deserves that when they leave.
Nobody does.
First of all of this stupid fucking bullying, all of this
It's
attacking,
wild.
and calling CPS.
Is everyone okay?
Just chill the
Gross.
fuck out. Like it's too much.
Way too much.
It's way too much for them to have to handle. And then Huda does not know what she is doing, and she's not getting, to me, good advice on how to handle it all. And I feel so bad for her. I'm truly worried that she's like not getting the help she needs. She's being told to be okay, and to keep it positive. And I don't know, it's just like, I feel bad for both of them. Like they none of them deserve like the weird, crazy hate they were getting online.
The racism,
It's insane.
vitriol, like that's just so uncalled for to begin with.
Right.
In this day and age, I do think it was fair for Alondria and Shelly to ask for that.
Absolutely.
And it's weird that she didn't do it.
And then she has to sit there and saying racism is wrong,
And she
bullying
may
is
have
wrong.
gone-
Well, you caused all these people to bully them,
and maybe
you're not
she
saying anything about it.
A lot of people are saying that Huda did go on podcasts and did talk about how she doesn't want her fans to do that.
But say something directly to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say, on that podcast, that's their audience.
Yeah.
The 2 million people that follow you on TikTok, you know.
Well, I guess they're banking on that all of them will be listening. I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seemed like
She
such a
needed to say
thing.
something.
It was like a thing that she
Yes.
could have done that would have simply just helped the entire situation.
She needed to do that.
And
Yeah, she just said that her feelings were hurt after seeing some comments. You don't think anyone else's feelings were hurt?
yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
And then she says maybe she could have used a different word than bullying.
What was the word?
That to me makes it feel so calculated.
Yeah.
Because you put it out there already, dude. It's not going away.
Yeah.
And then you can just, make yourself feel better by taking it back, basically.
Right.
No, dude.
No.
But you wanted it out there, so it's out there. And then now you want everyone to be fine with you?
And on
what
top
are you
of
doing?
that, the scene that they showed that Huda said that she saw that was where they hurt her feelings was Sierra, who's not on the show anymore. Stop making her a thing. And then Shelly and Taylor, I think, were sitting on a couch. Huda was working out where Jeremiah and Iris were hanging out, and they were watching her, and she was making faces or whatever. Yeah, they were talking about her because just the night before, Huda went crazy with Iris and
made everybody feel super
Everybody was
uncomfortable.
really
What the
uncomfortable.
fuck else are you going to fucking talk about?
so they were sitting there and talking about her. I don't think it was bullying. I'm not going to speak on whatever Huda was feeling, but I mean,
Yeah.
No.
they were definitely
But
talking about her.
they're also on a TV show, and they have to advance the story, so they
Right.
have to talk about
Yes,
it.
you're
You
over
have
there.
to talk about what happened.
Yeah.
Hello.
Also, that is the number one weirdest fucking thing that's going to happen to you while you're in a controlled environment is have someone flip out.
Yeah.
And start
and
calling
say you're
somebody a pussy.
fucking
And, holy shit.
Whoa.
You're going to talk
and
about
no
that.
one is telling her to stop.
Right. Yeah. And, they're not pulling her off the show, which they should
None
have.
of
But
the
and all that stuff.
authorities are stepping in
Exactly.
to be like, hey, girl,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
That's the
Chill
equivalent
out.
of watching a car crash right in front of you. Of course, you're going to talk about that.
Yeah. Hello.
That's crazy to think that you wouldn't talk.
But she's talked about people too. So, come on.
Huda really did not answer questions last night. She
No.
deflected every single one of them and was
I feel like
successful in doing it.
I feel like I pulled up to watch her deflect masterfully.
Yeah.
I knew she was not going to take accountability for anything.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
at all.
And I knew it was going to piss me off. And then, so her and Shelly are just like, you know
Whatever.
what?
We're not gonna be friends.
We can be cordial and fine, but you get to choose who your friends are. And she said, I just see two different people, 2 different people from the villa and outside, and I don't trust you. And I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So Alondria, and they said that's exactly why they unfollowed her for all of this stuff. And I get it. I completely get it.
And that transitions right into, I think, what everybody wanted to see, because they teased it pretty effectively, which was the heart rate challenge chat.
Whoa. Okay, so the big controversy with the heart rate challenge is whether Huda went too far with Ace.
Right.
There was a lot of controversy over what she actually did because they did not show it.
Right.
There was a very obvious jump cut.
Right. To people reacting.
And people were like, whoa, she's getting up from something. What happened? And she was turned around.
Yeah.
Right.
I think when they cut away from her, she was not turned around.
Yeah.
I think was the thing. And they came back to her and she's still over there, but turned around. And everyone's like, what the fuck happened?
Right.
What did we miss?
Yeah.
There was a demand to show the full thing. They fucking showed it. I feel like I knew what I was going to see.
Yeah.
And I saw what I thought.
Yeah.
But it was the heart rate challenge. I don't understand. Do I see both sides? I do see both sides. I do see that she did not need to get up and twerk in his face.
And she said that she did too much.
Yeah.
She admitted that.
Yeah. But then it's just infuriating when someone just sits there and does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
When you hurt their feelings. You know what I mean? Like she does not care. She doesn't.
Right.
She's like, oh yeah, no, that wasn't cool. But like, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
And she doesn't care how it affected them. And that I think is what they're getting so frustrated with. But they have to just realize she's not coming around.
No.
She's not
gonna
she's not
admit to any
going
of it.
to admit to being, but she did do a lot.
She did.
And but also,
did it well.
as
She
you
won.
pointed out, Ace was grabbing right onto
He
that
was
ass.
grabbing-
He
yeah,
was having
he
a
wasn't-
good old fucking
He
time.
wasn't shoving her off. He wasn't
Yeah.
telling her, okay,
Yeah,
you know,
and
relax.
I don't remember hearing him chime in
Yeah.
on this conversation.
No, his mouth was completely shut the
Yeah,
whole time. He
'cause
said nothing. Because
She was the one that raised
what could he
his heart
say?
rate the
Exactly.
most.
What could he say?
Yeah.
It was a fact.
It was hot.
Yeah.
I mean, that was hot
that
chick
was the challenge.
doing all. But then I loved how Shelly was like, I just didn't think I would have to tell my friend to not lick my boyfriend's dick.
Yeah.
You know, which it was hilarious.
No, that was really funny. when
Yeah,
she said that.
that's also true.
Yeah.
That to me was probably the most offensive
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
for
wild.
sure.
that happened.
That was crazy. Don't do
Like,
that.
whoa. And that's
Yeah.
how it started, you
Yeah.
know? But they didn't show that whole part
Yeah.
either. So we did get to see it.
It was over top of his costume, but she was still
Yes.
the touching.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Hilarious. She did it.
I
She
feel
won the
like
challenge.
everyone felt better that it was just out there. And then that's what they said. You know, it just, Shelly's like, I'd rather just show it if you
Yeah.
have a clip.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to get anybody, you know, misconstrued, nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just show it.
Let's just see it.
And I was like, show the clip. It was fine. I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay.
People really did. Their faces were shocked, and
They-
even Zach K was like, "What is this? Soft
porn?
porn?"
Yeah.
I mean,
They all of their
They went
faces were
on
like,
and
what
on
the
and on.
fuck?
Yeah.
And several of them still agree that it was too far.
much. Yeah, Taylor
So-
for sure.
And the whole boundary conversation came up,
Yeah.
and the whole boundaries versus challenges, and and telling
Iris
her
said-
that she's not
Iris was
doing
like,
enough.
You guys didn't speak about your boundaries.
Yeah.
It was like a break. You know, it was a communication.
Yeah,
Mess
it's
up.
not on them.
Yeah, that's not Huda's fault.
It's not Huda's fault. And Ace was also happily participating. So
Lest we forget.
why are we mad? And they also dispelled the whole Sierra was yelling in the background thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was really funny
Yeah.
because it was actually Huda and
Iris.
Iris singing at the top of their lungs.
like loudly.
And they thought it was
Yeah.
Sierra screaming because she got kicked off the show.
That was funny.
And I just loved how they cut to it. And they're like having the best time singing and stuff. It was really funny. That's how they bonded.
Yeah. Did you guys think it was weird that they like stacked all the Huda stuff at the very end?
No, I knew they were going to do that
were gonna
because
do that?
you got to keep people watching
Yeah.
Yeah.
for ratings. You got to keep them a certain amount of time
Yeah.
for it to count.
I felt bad because I felt like it
You got
kind
to
of
get
played
them ad
into
dollars in there.
like her whole thing of being bullied because it kind of did all of that at the very end. And they were like, okay, bye. You know? And I was like, oh.
That was the thing that everybody wanted to hear about.
Yeah, but it started from the beginning with her. She didn't tell anything.
No.
She didn't talk about the guy she was on the red cover with. She
Yeah.
claimed
Oh my
Netflix
God.
says that she's not allowed to.
That was so annoying.
And apparently, a lot of it was cut out, but apparently Andy asked several different ways, way more follow-up questions and wanting answers. And they apparently cut it out because she had said no multiple times. It was already starting off like that. She didn't answer anything, really. I mean,
no, that was a ridiculous answer.
It
and then
was.
she went on social media today and was saying that I'm going to tell my story in my own time, not
Right.
for some TV show. And I'm like, bitch, that's what you literally
like
signed
on
up
a
for.
TV show to
That's
like show us.
You were showing
Yeah.
us your dating life. Like, hello. I wonder, do you think that, well, I'll get there. I was
Okay.
going to say, do you think that they could be an After the Villa, like the season 6 cast?
I don't know.
Would you be interested?
I don't know that I would be interested. I think that since the ending of the show till now, I think that it's just a train wreck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like maybe Nick, Alandria, and Shelly and Ace can get added to, and maybe Amaya can get added to the current one.
Yeah.
And mix with the cast and get rid of a couple of them.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep it in the family.
Something.
I don't know.
I don't know if I would follow.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I really would be interested in following Nick and Alandria as they travel.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
I'd probably watch that. Like a little 15-minute episodes,
Absolutely.
Let's go. Let's produce that.
But that's exactly what happened.
I think that what maybe we were missing in this reunion to make it a little more exciting, because one thing that I was super fucking pissed off we did not get to talk about was the Chris and the Huda final date.
Oh, yeah.
And how it all ended with him not carrying her. I wanted to see that unseen footage because he said that they had a whole conversation, and then he explained it on some podcast. And so I was like, well, I want to see all that.
Yeah.
Because you know how things can get flipped around.
Yeah.
And I was like, why didn't we talk about that? We didn't talk about anything with Huda and Chris. We didn't talk about her trying to make him have sex so that, or else.
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
He was like, I want to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
And
They
she
just showed
was
the
all
The whole 3, 2, 1 thing.
Yeah.
They just showed that part of it, that 10-second clip, and that was about it.
But none of that was discussed.
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That was like a huge part of the end of the season.
So wild.
I was so mad that we didn't talk about that. And then I liked Marie's point about them not talking about Huda's decision to not tell anyone she was a mom.
Yeah. I wanted to hear more about that. If she regretted it, would she go back and do it differently? Yeah, we didn't hear anything about that.
I know it's a hard discussion to have,
right?
Because people don't want to be offensive, but it was also another big part of the fucking show. And then we didn't talk about really the Huda crash out and how it made everyone feel.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because that was another big part of it.
Yeah.
And how nobody voted her off, like how she stayed.
Yeah.
It was like, why didn't anyone explain that?
Yeah. That was such a huge moment. They were all being girls and trying to keep her around.
Yeah.
And man, that just needed some clarity, I feel. Absolutely.
It was very strange that we didn't get to see that.
It would have been nice for Iris and Huda to kind of talk about that whole crash out thing too.
Yeah.
Because Huda immediately went to Iris after her and Jeremiah's date. And she cornered her and wanted to know about it.
And the guys even saying that maybe we should stick around.
Yeah.
Why didn't they ask them about that?
Right. Those were some really interesting moments.
Did they make some deals with Huda in order for her to show up?
I guess we're not allowed to talk about. And if they did, it all got cut out. I don't know.
Because she wasn't answering anything.
Yeah.
So it was just okay.
No.
And then Biz pointed out the Austin, Ace, Shelley love triangle. That
They
never
didn't talk
came
about
up.
that at all.
No,
As if that never happened.
Exactly. That was over several episodes. And I feel like that's really to the core of why Ace and Austin really don't get along that well.
That's how it started out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's left with a bad taste in his mouth because he was, in this love triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was mad that he didn't get chosen.
Yeah.
Shelley never liked him. Dude.
No.
Come on.
No.
I think that there could have been a lot of levity injected into this reunion a couple of ways. The Megan Thee Stallion episode.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
That never happened.
that was so goddamn fun. That was such
so
a
much
fun episode.
Could have made it a great montage.
Yeah.
And it could have been some hilarious
Yeah.
little things and then go to break.
Yeah.
Get Nick
the
up
hell?
there to twerk a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make this fun.
Yeah.
Hello. And then the whole baby challenge.
Yeah.
The whole battle between Marcel and Ace and Shelley's child.
Yeah. I wanted to hear more about why did some of them get twins? That was mean.
That was.
Why didn't everyone just get one? I think that would have been okay.
That would have been fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think only
that.
2 couples got
Peppa and Iris
twins,
and Ace and Shelley, I think, had twins.
But then Ace was so fucking funny that
was,
episode.
yeah.
He was hilarious. I thought he was a great dad.
Yeah.
And he was just
amazing.
He was being so funny. Those last several episodes, he was really funny. And I just wanted to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And just that whole experience. But no. So anyway, I don't know.
The whole theme of the entire reunion was like stand on business, right? And I really don't think a lot of people stood on
They
any
did not
business.
stand on business. And we did not talk about the stand on business challenge nearly enough either.
I don't know. I just...
Huda was not standing on business.
No, the whole thing it was like underwhelming.
It was. And I just was like, who is this Amaya?
Yeah.
I love Amaya, but like she was not herself.
No, she was barely talking. It looked like her face was hurting because she was smiling so much. I don't know.
And not like a fake smile.
Yes.
And I just feel like maybe it's because she had to pretend that she was still with him.
I don't know.
Because she seemed mad at him.
She did
I don't
seem
know.
very mad at him.
Yeah, because the body language.
She was like not leaning into him at all. I don't know. The whole thing was weird. It just seemed very unnatural.
Yeah. It felt very tense.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
It felt very tense. Yeah. You know, I would have also liked to have heard them all talk about Casa Amor and how that all happened and how it just changed everything.
Yeah, because it wasn't like they expected it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole, now you're just broken up. You have to date someone else now.
Yeah.
Not knowing if you're going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ever see that other person again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big thing that happened. But I think it's just because they super fumbled it this year. They super fumbled Casa Amor.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't good. It was too early.
Yeah. It wasn't executed well. It just didn't go the way they wanted it to.
All the OGs better.
Yeah.
It was a lot of duds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see very many bombshells.
Yeah. As great as it was having Andy there, I think it raised my expectations a little too much because I was just I was disappointed.
I would love to see what's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
I would love to see, because this thing was 2 hours.
It was 2 hours long.
And I can suggest so many edits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And adding in of other conversations.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was too long in a bad way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And do you
I
think
was
they
a
should
little
do it
bummed.
sooner?
Should've
Because
been.
is a month later too much time?
Yeah. It was too long.
I feel like a couple weeks is a good amount of time. I don't know.
And it could have been multiple episodes instead
Yeah.
of just one. They really tried to pack a lot in there. They were just like ripping through the covering topics, and a lot of it was like, whatever. You know, like I was like, what the fuck is Zach C doing here? Like he does not need
That
to
was
be here.
such a wasted
hell?
airfare.
Yeah, absolutely. What I kind of got from everybody was that the Islanders weren't really prepared for the aftermath.
Yeah.
And like how the whole world was going to be turned to them and how they were going to deal with that. I don't know that they were ready.
No.
And you can kind of hear it in their answers and see it on their face. They were like, this is a lot.
It is a lot. And there was a lot of apologizing going back and forth. You know, and the whole reunion was full of apologies. I'm sorry. And I was just like, man, it makes me feel bad for them because we're the ones who put them in that position, you know? But I just don't understand why people have to be so mean.
I don't get it.
You know? Like,
it's crazy.
Man.
Like, you just need to
It's too
settle
far.
down, dude. It's just a TV show. And these are kids,
They're like
basically,
kids, you know
man.
what I mean? Yeah. They're
They're
young
like
adults. Some of them were
early 20s.
Yeah.
They don't know what the
Give 'em a
fuck they're
break.
doing.
Yeah.
They're just out there to get it on.
Yeah, man.
Make out with
Jesus.
500 people. On,
The whole point of the show is to like explore and you know, have a good time.
so don't
meet
watch
someone.
it. Like, you know that's what it's about. Don't be so mad.
As a whole, I felt like the reunion itself, what it was a little bit of a disappointment. There was a lot of missed opportunities, and the contestants, they weren't like giving good answers, full answers. It was very unsatisfying in a lot of ways. So I hope maybe next time they get the producers of the Housewives reunion and take over.
Yes, or at least the editors.
Yeah, at least the editors, and have this thing really, really like,
and make
exciting.
it shady as fuck. Like, add a shady lower third.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
come on. Have fun with with this. This is insanely not that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like they just tried to do too much in one episode and it really showed.
Yeah. You were saying how it should have been like a 3-parter, like a Housewives.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I agree because there was so much content.
Yeah.
And sometimes the Housewives ones or any of the Bravo shows, if there's 3, sometimes that second one is like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You were really just stretching it out to get the third one in. You know, this is interesting, but
Right.
you're not going to resolve much.
Yeah.
You save that
Yeah.
for the third one. So there's not much to have in the second one.
Yeah.
But I feel like because so many crazy fucking things, and there was like 1,000 people that went through that island, that there was plenty of content to stretch it out.
Yeah.
For
And so
a
many
couple
episodes.
Yeah.
yeah. How much is that going to cost Peacock?
And we'll watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's
I'm gonna watch
more
all
ad
of it.
dollars.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
you
I don't
can
know.
sell.
I
Come
feel like
on.
we'll watch it.
Definitely more streams, more eyeballs.
Yeah.
I will
So
watch
now
all
we
of it.
have to have an unseen footage. Remember those like episodes they used to have or the never before scenes?
Never before seen.
Yeah.
I used to like those. Or behind the scenes things.
Yeah, I'd watch,
that shit.
Yeah.
Lost footage.
Yeah. Lost on the lost to time. Well, speaking of
Lost
lost to
film.
time, we traditionally end our episodes with who would this weed be?
Oh, yes.
So we thought we would decide who this weed would be, Love Island USA edition.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I feel like I have a little bit of a range.
Oh,
wow, really?
range.
Interesting.
I feel like I started at Nick.
Okay.
Silly, goofy, fun times.
Yeah.
Mamacita.
Yeah. Mamacita Nick.
And now
okay.
I'm Chris.
Oh,
Just
interesting.
sitting there with my arms, man spread. Just like not participating. Just feeling weird. Trying to make it very clear that I'm like,
I want nothing to do
I'm
with
not,
any of this.
I'm just, yeah.
But I also want something to do with
Yeah.
it.
But I also want to get paid. So I'm here. Because I could just be sitting in my living room. You know what I mean?
Right.
It could be, but
Yeah.
not.
So that's my range. I had a range.
To me, this weed is Pepe.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking that
It's like
too.
Kind
super
of-
under the radar.
Okay.
I almost
Yes.
said
Yeah, it's very
Pepe.
chill,
Yes.
very agreeable, he's very head naughty, you know, all the time. He's into it.
Yeah.
Always smiling. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like they were there for like a good time
Yeah.
Yes.
during the reunion. They're like,
Yeah. They were just enjoying everything.
yeah. Iris is looking hot.
She was, though.
Damn.
Man.
But
That's a
like
good
also
one.
behind the scenes, he's super skilled. And
Yeah.
I feel like this weed has these little,
Oh.
like it's got these touches of,
It's got skills.
yeah,
feel
up
like
and
this weed
down,
could
really
sail a
good.
boat?
Yeah, I think it could sail a boat.
Play professional basketball.
3-pointers
And like
only.
6 different instruments or some crazy
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's hot.
Running with the devil. Speak of the devil. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like energy. I feel like Amaya when she was on the show. I feel like Amaya Papaya.
Yes. Yep.
And now it's ending with more of like reunion Amaya, where she just wants to get it over with.
Dude, for sure.
You know? Like, okay,
Yes.
we reached the end. I
Yeah.
did it. I won.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not singing any more bangers for you.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about that. That could have been in the second episode.
I know.
All that stuff.
All of it.
Could have talked about all the challenges.
Yeah.
In the second episode.
Yeah.
And then resolve the bullying and shit in the third episode.
I agree. I would have watched it.
Every last
I want to know.
I do too. Well, I'm sure you're wanting to know when this will end, and it's going to be now. We've had so much fun talking about Love Island.
we're still doing
season
Yeah,
7.
Oh yeah, forgot.
Dude, I'm going to miss talking about
I know.
this season.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
It's going to be a little hole in the heart, a little spot there, right there for it. In the
No,
left
that's okay.
ventricle.
We're going to fill it with some SLC soon.
Yeah, we'll pick. Yeah,
Don't worry.
don't worry about it. We got the next one.
We certainly appreciate you being with us here on BBH and our special edition of Love.
Hi.